Good day, class. So let's now proceed to another video lesson. So I want you to look at this picture. Okay? So what can you say about the picture? Ano kaya ang meron dito? No, event meron dito. So obviously, nakasulat naman dyan sa picture. So parang nagkakaroon, parang merong job fair na during that time. Now, during job fair, what do you think is the initial requirement that you need to bring in this job fair? So if your answer is resume, then you are correct. Now, what is your idea about resume? Okay, so if you're talking about resume, a resume serves as a concise, and formal summary of your or one's or individual's qualifications, highlighting, of course, your relevant skills, experiences, education, and achievements. Now, this is rooted in its French meaning as a summary. So, its main purpose is, of course, remains to clearly present one's strengths and demonstrate suitability for a job. Ultimately, a well prepared resume helps convince employers that the applicant is qualified and deserving of an interview. Also, a resume is a brief written summary of a job applicant's past employment history, education, and other pertinent information. So again, it is a formal document that displays an individual's professional background and relevant skills. Now, the question here, does our resume really matter? Why? Of course, yes. Why? Because resumes are usually the first impression a potential employer has of you. So, kaya maganda now that we're going to give them a well-presented resume. Also, resumes are often the most important step in the application process because information from the resume will give somehow uh, a background about your relevant skills, your info, so on and so forth. That's why it's very important that to place there all relevant information with regards to um, working or job. Also, it provides an opportunity to market yourself to employers, of course, because your skills, past history of employment, so on and so forth, are included in a resume. That's why through this you can market yourself. Helps employers eliminate unqualified candidates. So it is also being used no, so shortlist candidates so that yung mga qualified candidates lang may proceed to the next step. And of course, it allows us to demonstrate our written communication skills. That's why you need to proofread your work before submitting it. Now, how do you fill out a good resume? Number one, of course, start with your basic information. So write your full name, contact number, email address, and of course, your location. Number two, add a clear objective or summary. Briefly state the position you are applying for and, of course, your key strengths. List your relevant work experiences, include job titles, company names, dates of employment, and key responsibilities or achievements. Of course, start it with your most recent experience. Include your education. Write the school name, degree, or level completed, and of course, year graduated or attended. Next, highlight relevant skills. Focus on skills related to the job, no? Such as, for example, no, communication, computer skills, or leadership. Again, you need to highlight only no skills related to the job. Next, add achievements or certifications. Mention awards, training, or seminars that strengthen your application. And then take note, no tip, you need to keep it clear and organized. Use simple words, no bullet points, and a clean format. And again, do not forget to check spelling and grammar. Review carefully to make sure your resume is professional or error-free. Okay, so I wanted to look at this illustration. Nakita niyo ba? May mga checkpoint dyan o may mga red. So, ibig sabihin, no, iwasan nyo mangyari yung nangyari dito. Wrong spelling, no, may mga bakante, no, yung mga spacing, hindi maayos. So, again, no, guys, definition niya, you can use your resume to market yourself. Now, ano kay impression, yung maiiwan mo, no, sa HR, no, kung ganito yung klaseng resume ang ibibigay mo sa kanila, no, baka masama yung resume mo doon sa hindi na mag-proceed sa next step. Diba? Next, let's proceed. No, pag-usapan natin ito. So, is it illegal to lie on a resume? Or what is no the penalty for falsification in the Philippines? Now, of course, no, under the revised Penal Code, forgery and falsification of documents are criminal offenses. Tandaan mo, criminal offenses. So, yung forgery, no, description niya, ay this encompasses acts such as uh, falsifying signatures, currency notes. Yung currency notes, yung any note issued by a government treasury or, generally receivable as legal tender for any debt. Now, currency notes. Ang currency ay ang bonds. Another is bonds. Yung bonds naman, ito yung mga yung payable as to both interest and principal in any form of money that is legal tender within the country or issue compare gold bond and other similar instrument. Now, pag falsification naman, this covers acts like falsifying public, official, or commercial documents by, take note of this, alteration, translation, or any other means to injure a third party or to benefit oneself or another. So, of course, no, the penalty is, of course, convicted. No, individuals may face imprisonment ranging from 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Now, depending on the severity. Of course, yung fines, monetary penalties are open imposed, the amount of which varies depending on the case. Restitution, ibig sabihin ito, returning to the proper owner property or the monetary value or loss. So, ang restitution, the cost may be ordered to pay damages to the injured party. So that's all for this video lesson. I hope that you learned something today. That's all. Goodbye.